Receiver, number 18, Justin Jefferson.
On the Falcons sideline, their head coach, Raheem Morris. His guys got the season started on the right foot, a home victory in the season opener. On the other sideline, it is the Vikings head coach, Kevin O'Connell. His team also winners in their opener, so a couple of 1-0 teams doing battle here.
Will Reichard to kick off for the Vikings.
Mike Tirico along with Greg Olsen. Will Reichard will get this one started. Off we go on Sunday Night Football. Oh, he's got room past the 30. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. The Falcons come out and they are led by Michael Penix, the second-year quarterback out of Washington. Greg taking over late last year and winning the job as the Atlanta starting quarterback.
A lot of things jump off the tape when you watch last week, Mike, but it was really just the overall execution of the game plan that stuck out the most. I mean, not only did he get them in the end zone a handful of times, he protected the ball, and he routinely exploited the weaknesses that they found during the week on film. He's going to be looking to do the same thing over these next 4 quarters. If he's successful, they're going to have a shot to leave here with another win.
On second down, Penix. That's caught right side. It's London. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5. Here now, 3rd and 5. From the gun, here is Penix. Open man is Mooney. He's got it. It's a pickup of 12. First down, Atlanta.
And the Falcons. First down.
On the handoff, it's Robinson. And he'll get back to midfield, so no gain on that one. Now, after that last snap, we have an injured player. It's Bijan Robinson, who's in some pain down there. So as they look at the injured player, we'll take a timeout. They'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Penix. Open man downfield, that's London. And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line. Here's 1st and 10.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 21-yard line.
Throwing is Penix. He takes off. Give him 11 on the scramble. And give them a new set of downs.
11 more yards.
They can still get a first down at the 1. 1st and 10, they go from the 11.
First down.
And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
Brought down.
You want to see linebackers play downhill, Mike, meaning there's not a lot of side-to-side pursuit. They're attacking the line of scrimmage and attacking the ball carrier. That's exactly what we saw out of this guy here. He's able to make the stop at the line of scrimmage and keep it to no gain.
And he'll be very close to a first down. Won't quite have enough, but now a much more advantageous spot. They'll run the sneak. And he's able to get the ball across the goal line. He's in. Michael Penix. Touchdown, Falcons.
And that's a really important opening drive here, Mike. You think back a week ago, there was a lot of disappointment. It was a long week of practice, a lot of questions that had to be answered inside that building. So you want to come and show, hey, last week is over. We are a lot better than how we looked then, and you can't to do it a lot better than that.
Makes the score Falcons 7, Vikings nothing.
7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. This will be returned from the 6. Now an opening past the 30. And it will finally get him down, but he gets all the way close to the 40-yard line.
First and 10.
Here's the Minnesota offense taking the field for the first time. They're led by their quarterback, number 2 overall pick going back to 2016, the veteran Carson Wentz.
It's not often that you can win by multiple scores in the NFL, so you got to imagine they're coming into this week's game with a lot of confidence. They were able to put together a pretty well-rounded performance in all 3 phases last week. So, again, can they build off that? Can they continue to grow as an entire team? Because offense, defense, and solid contribution from their special teams, they showed last week, and going forward, it's going to be a hard team to beat.
That one's incomplete. Good coverage there. Made it uncomfortable for the receiver. Couldn't hang with it, and it brings up 3rd down. To throw, here's Wentz. He's got his man. It's Jefferson. First reception for the man who enters the week as the NFL's leader in receiving yards. This one, good for a 1st down.
First and 10.
And this is what you can do when you have one of the best receivers in the game. You understand that even if the coverage is not perfect for the play call, sometimes it's just as simple as my guy is better than your guy, and we're going to just keep giving him a chance.
And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
A gain of a yard.
From just across the midfield stripe, here's 2nd and 9. Off the play fake, here is Wentz. And they're going to get this ball down to the 20-yard line. That pickup, good for 29 yards.
And the Vikings.
And it's hardly an exaggeration when I say, Mike, that he's probably one of the most difficult individual assignments in the entire league. It's like playing football against that really good kid in your neighborhood. He's just hard to cover. And plays like this, it just shows how special he can be.
2nd and 10. On the ground, this is Chandler. And he's going to be brought down. And with that tackle, we hit the end of the 1st quarter of play. Vikings football as we begin this 2nd quarter. As they've got it 3rd and 9 to begin. Go. Waiting. Now Wentz. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down. On 4th down, it's Will Reichard time for this Viking field goal. Reichard's kick is good. And the Vikings are on the board. It's 7-3.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
This is fielded inside the 5. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. The Falcons offense ready now for their 2nd drive. So, Greg, let's pull back big picture and talk NFC South for a second, a division that you know so well. We've got teams that have been to the Super Bowl in the last 15 or so years out of this division. Yet people overlook it at times, and maybe they've overlooked how good Tampa's been the last 4 years, too.
Well, it's funny, Mike. You think it wasn't very long ago that the NFC South was the toughest division in football. I mean, you mentioned Super Bowl teams. Tampa Bay won one recently with with Brady. And then Atlanta, they make a Super Bowl with Matt Ryan. And New Orleans, and obviously the success they had with Drew Brees. In Carolina, we played in a Super Bowl. I mean, this was a division you didn't want to play. Now, they've all fallen on their resets, new coaches, new quarterbacks. Tampa Bay has done the best job weathering and taking advantage of their rebuild.
Nowhere to go. He is taken down. Javon Hargrave. He had a sack in the opener last week. He's got another one here.
And this is a great example of what can happen when you play complementary football. The back end holds up nicely in coverage, and then that front seven is able to wreak havoc and put an end to this play.
So on fourth down, the Falcons bring on Bradley Pinion to punt, as he'll take this a yard or two into his own end zone. But he cannot get away. Great job down there to hold him to a short return. The Vikings offense ready to take over for their second possession. Greg, the NFC North has become such a fun division over the last few years. Think of the geography and the legacy. It's always been, because of the proximity, a fun division with great rivalries. But with almost all the teams playing well, save the Bears over the last few years, it's almost heightened the awareness of how good the NFC North can be.
Yeah, I think going into the season, I'd make the argument it's the best division in football. And I think when the worst team, I know they were 5-12 with the Chicago Bears, but to me, there's a lot of wins built in there. Now they bring in Ben Johnson. They continue to build around Caleb Williams. That feels like there's a lot more wins built into that 5-12 record if they just get themselves organized and get some pieces around Caleb Williams, and that's what they've done. So, yes, Detroit and Minnesota, Green Bay, they've clearly been the top three for the last couple of years, but if Chicago and that roster, if that's your fourth best team in your division, man, I'll tell you what, those are going to be some really competitive division games this year.
And I don't know if it's the weather. I don't know if it's the length of the franchises, but when these divisions go head-to-head, there always is a legacy feel that just is additive to the anticipation of those matches.
Yeah, I mean, every one of these franchises has significant history for a lot of different reasons. They have Hall of Fame players, Hall of Fame coaches, some of the most iconic individuals in the history of the league.
And he's into the end zone for a touchdown. There is a marker down, but I think this score is going to hold up.
Pass interference. Defense.
On now for the extra point. Here's Will Riker. It's up and through. The Vikings are on top. It's now 10-7.
Falcons 7. Will Riker to kick off for the Vikings.
Riker out now following the touchdown as he kicks this one away. Now return coming from the 7. He'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. Here comes the Atlanta offense now. They get set to take over once more. Well, Greg, as the season starts, really the season never ends. Think back to the schedule release. The draft has become this multi-day huge event. Green Bay crushed it with all the folks around the stadium in Lambeau, and some big names will be tied to that draft forever. Javon Hargrave. He had 2 sacks in the opener and give him one more here in week 2.
Defense came out in a soft zone, and I think it caught the quarterback a little off guard. He was trying to attack them downfield. By the time he was able to get through his progression to his check down, he ran out of time, and that's all the pass rush needed to get into the backfield and bring him down.
Smith-Schuster, the man in motion. Off the play fake, here's the lefty Penix. To the right, that's Pitts. And he'll be taken down up past the 40-yard line.
It's a gain of 22
First time they've looked his way tonight. Good time to do it. It's a first down.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
To throw is Penix. Nowhere to go. He's going to be taken down. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Out of the shotgun, it's Penix. Oh, this pass was dialed in right now. They get him again. Jonathan Grenard. He gets in to drop him for his first sack of the young season. Now Penix on 3rd and long. And that is incomplete. Contact, but no flags. It's going to be 4th down. Here's Bradley Pinion now, as he's on to punt for the 2nd straight drop. This fielded inside the 35. And it'll be brought down, short return, and they'll take over there.
At their own 37.
The Vikings offense going to take over here in the final minute of this first half. They had that field goal in the opening drive, the touchdown last time they had it. 2 drives, 2 scores, and here's drive 3. Oh, he's got a man running with them, and they connect. So now a timeout for the Vikings. That is their first, as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining here in half number 1.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40.
Here we go. Waiting.
Wentz. A short one taken by Hawkinson. And he'll be out of bounds, down at the 20.
It's a gain of 20.
Remember, he had the touchdown catch the last time they had the football. Here, he's got a first down.
First and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Waiting. What's up?
A run now for Chandler. And there's nothing he can do. The defense had him all the way. They'll push him out of bounds. That's going to go down as a loss of 5 on the play.
Here we go. Back. What?
On 2nd down, Wentz. Laying out, and he made the catch. What a play. That's a second charge timeout for Minnesota. Clock will stop just under 30 seconds to go in this second quarter. Third and a yard. Here's Wentz. And this ball incomplete on 3rd down.
Intended for
But here we
Justin
find the best
Jefferson.
laid plans sometimes do go astray.
Results
Every
in a
offense, Mike, what do they
fourth
tell us?
down.
We want to stay ahead of the chains. We want to stay on schedule. This was a 3rd and very reasonable. Incomplete on that 3rd down try. Now brings up 4th and short.
Go. Waiting. What's this up?
He'll go, and here's Wentz. That is Rondale Moore. Touchdown, Vikings. His first touchdown of the new campaign.
You know, Mike, I think we're going to see a lot of this, and you know why? It's the new kickoff rule. So think about it. In the old days, you'd kick a field goal, you'd kick a touchback, and your opponent would have the ball on the 20. You didn't give up as much field position, but you only got 3 points. Nowadays, you go for 3 points and you kick a touchback, they get the ball on the 35. It's almost 30 yards of field position. You're just better off going for touchdowns when you get in here tight.
Will Riker now on for the extra point. He gets it to go, and the Vikings will get out in front, 17-7.
17. Falcons 7. Will Riker to kick off for the Vikings.
They didn't leave much time on the clock to put together a drive here at the end of the first half. And the kickoff's coming their way. A return now from the 4. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Falcons offense going to get it one final time in this first half. They find themselves down 17-7 as this drive starts 1st and 10. He'll move it ahead for about 3 yards. Jonathan Allen, the big man from the interior, with the stop.
Jonathan Allen on the tackle. A 3-yard pickup.
Now Penix to throw on 2nd down.
At the 31-yard line.
That's to Mooney, complete right side. And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this first half of play.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. It's our second week in studio, second week of the NFL season. Lots to get to, so let's get after it. Our journey through the NFL starts now, and it begins at Arrowhead, the Chiefs at home to take on the defending champs, the Philadelphia Eagles. And it's the Super Bowl MVP, Jalen Hurts. Finding his man in the end zone, that's Dallas Goedert. The Eagles get their first win of the year, and they had to earn it, too. They get the road victory. From there, we go to Indianapolis. We'll check in on the Colts as they host the Denver Broncos. And it's Marvin Mims Jr. He was a tough man to pin down all game long. This, one of his 2 touchdown catches. The Broncos are off to a good start, 2-0 on the young season. Lastly, let's go to Pittsburgh. It's the Steelers hosting the Seattle Seahawks. And this is Kenneth Walker III. He covers a lot of ground here, 23 yards, touchdown. The Seahawks get a second straight win to start the year as they get the tough road victory. We'll give you a look now at the remainder of the games in progress in the early window and what's still to come here in Week 2 of the National Football League regular season. Meanwhile, in our game, it was a competitive, hard-hitting first half. We expect more of the same going forward as we send you back out to the broadcast team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
Third quarter set to commence. And we're back underway here on EA Sports. This one taken at the 7. There's Kevin O'Connell, NFL Coach of the Year in 2024. His Vikings head back out there. Greg, as we get the season going, obviously the adjustment to last year's new kickoff rules in place. We talked to a lot of coaches during the year. Folks didn't seem too bothered about letting the other team have the ball at the 30-yard line after a touchback. But the 35-yard line, I don't know, does that feel any different to you?
You know, it does, and I think the part that people don't talk about Mike, is the impact that it's making on going forward on 4th down, not settling for field goals. Because remember, in the old days, if you got stopped inside the 5 or you scored inside the 5, it was all the difference of if I kicked a touchback, they got the ball at the 20. There wasn't that much of a spread, but now all of a sudden, is it in my best interest to settle for a field goal and kick off when I could give you the ball at the 35? On the federal 5-yard line. So I think that's an element now to go for touchdowns, kick. Pursuing kickoff is giving my opponent the ball in much more favorable territory.
That is adjusted are overtimes in the regular season. Under playoff overtime, each team getting the ball. I'm so happy, Greg, because it just felt so incomplete when a team got to overtime, but then their offense, which may be the best part of the team, never got on the field.
Yeah, and I couldn't agree more. And you hear everyone saying, "Oh, well, just get a stop." Well, it's that legendary game between Mahomes and Josh Allen where neither team stopped anyone. It was just an offensive touchdown festival. So you won a coin toss. and you get the ball. Well, the other team's defense hadn't gotten a stop the whole game. If Josh Allen got the ball first, he probably would have scored on a walk-off. So I love the idea of both teams getting the ball. If a game is good enough to go to overtime, let's finish it. We don't need to be in a rush. There's no curfew. Let's let the guys finish it on the field, a lot more similar to how the regular game goes and not have significantly different game flow come overtime.
Throwing again is Wentz. He manages to get the throw away and he's going to pick up the Vikings first down. They come up with a big one there to keep the drive moving. And then
another great throw, and that's been the story as you check out these numbers. I mean, he has done everything this team has asked of him and more.
set to go now on 1st and 10.
Here we go. 120.
Wentz to throw once more. Oh, a short throw there, but it's going to end up incomplete. That's a pass you say he should have had. Instead, he does not, and it brings up second down.
And 10 at the 20-yard
And that's another brutal drop for an offense that has struggled to catch the ball up to this point. And yet, you can nitpick about ball placement and whatnot, but listen, the reality is at this level, if it hits your hands,
And he will get into the end zone. Justin Jefferson. Touchdown, Minnesota. It's his 3rd touchdown catch this year.
Mike, we used to have a saying that it was the responsibility of the receiver to run the route through the eyes of the quarterback. And I think this is a great example here. 2 guys clearly on the same page. Quarterback expected his target to be in a certain place at a certain time. He's there, ball's delivered accurately. He's able to pick up the rest with his legs, and that's a big-time connection for the touchdown.
Riker now to add the extra point. That one is no good. Not even close. He missed it wide to the left, and the score remains right where it's at.
Will Reichard to kick off for the Vikings.
Reichard out now, following the touchdown, as he kicks this one away. Now return, coming from the 7. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Falcons offense ready for their first possession of this second half. Well, Greg, it will be a very busy stretch for the passports. A lot of international games to look forward to. 7 in all outside the U.S. Chiefs and Chargers last week in Sao Paulo. Great ones to follow. Vikings and Steelers in Dublin. Vikings in London playing the Browns the very next week. Broncos and Jets. Rams and Jags. They'll also play in London week 6 and 7. Falcons and the Colts are going to be in Germany in week 10. And the Tigers and Dolphins wrap up the international slate. That's Madrid, week 11. Greg, this has been such an additive part to the NFL season, all of these international games.
Having played one of the international games towards the end of my career in London, when I played for Carolina, it's a great experience. It's fun for the players, it's fun for the coaches, it's fun for the fans and the families. So I expect this slate to continue to expand. There's so many fun international cities around the world that love NFL football.
And from what you hear, there's more to come. We could be at the point someday, very soon, where every team plays one game outside of the U.S. in each regular season. On 2nd down, here's Penix. The ball deflected at least a couple of times, but it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete. After back-to-back incompletions, they now face 3rd down and 10. Catch made by Smith-Schuster. And a good short tackle right there. It stops him a good distance short of the marker. It sets up 4th down.
Gonzalez on for the field goal. A 54-yard attempt.
And that is no good. He missed it. And they do not cut into the deficit.
And this is the danger of trying these long field goals. Remember, Mike, if you miss, The other team gets the ball at the spot of the kick, so it's going to end up setting them up for great field position as they start this next drive.
Here we go.
On 1st and 10, Wentz. That is incomplete. No way to force the football in there. Good coverage. It'll bring up 2nd down.
It's 2nd down and 10.
Back is Wentz. That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by the rookie out of Georgia.
I would love to see his weapons do a better job, like especially getting in these zones. I just feel like there's been tight coverage, a lot of windows to throw through, and yes, anytime you turn the ball over, it's on the quarterback. The rest of the unit needs to do a better job.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
From the 47 now, they'll work with a 2nd and 7. They'll go right back to Algier. And they'll move this one inside the 40. A gain of 17 yards. 1st down. On 1st down, they'll stay with Algier on the ground. He'll work forward for a tackle down by Robert. From the 35, here's 2nd and 8. They'll throw. It's Penix. That's caught. It's Charlie Werner, the tight end. And he's got about 5 on this one before he's out of bounds. And they're set up a little bit better for 3rd down. So we are through 3. And Sunday Night Primetime continues after this.
Ready?
3rd and 2. Here we go. They'll go play action now with Penix. That one broke up. It is incomplete. This defensive secondary, they have been really a no-fly zone. Long. It continues here and brings up 4th down. They're going on 4th. It's Penix. Went for it. And that's not going to work. The comes up with a 4th down, 4th quarter stand, and forces a turnover on downs.
So the offense finds themselves in a tough situation. They're down by 2 scores late in this game. They know this is a prime opportunity. They need to play for a touchdown. And instead, the defense makes a huge stand, and they got a chance now to close this game out.
They'll try again here.
2nd and 10.
Wentz. That's caught by Jefferson on the right side. And he'll be brought down, but not before they get this all the way up near midfield. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10.
1st and 10 at the 48.
Is Wentz. That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very stout there. That's going to bring up 2nd down.
Things considered, it's actually a pretty good pass. I mean, he puts the ball in a place where only his guy can catch it. But I think he hears those footsteps coming from that.
Oh, that may be the break they needed. That one's intercepted. Jesse Bates. And he'll be taken down, and there is a flag on the play. This is going to be a huge call. On 1st down, it's Penix. This ball is going to be in.
The biggest issue and why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. Sometimes he's highly accurate and efficient, but at others, he just misses too many easy throws. The question is, are they going to be able to overcome this quarterback inconsistency and pull this game out?
And not much there. Good defense, held to no gain.
Just feels like this has been the story of the day for this offense, just unable to get anything going on the ground, and a big reason they find themselves trailing and another loss of yards.
They come to the line needing 11 here on third down. From the gun, here is Penix. He'll get this out to Algier. And he'll gain some yardage here, but that is not nearly enough for the first down. It's going to bring up fourth down.
It's fourth down.
They'll try and throw it with Penix. Well, cover on the sideline, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the veteran, Harrison Smith.
So all game, we've seen him take the approach as just being a game manager. But one thing you have to do if that's the case is you have to protect the ball. You can't turn the ball over, especially if you're struggling to push the ball downfield. He got a little reckless that time, and the defense made him pay.
Out comes the Minnesota offensive unit as they get set to take over. And it would appear they're on their way to a 2-0 start as they begin things here with 1st and 10 in this fourth quarter. Working out of the shotgun, it is McCarthy. That's caught by Chandler. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
Ty Chandler. A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
McCarthy to the air on 2nd down. He'll get this over the middle to Jefferson. And he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line.
It's a gain of
Catch
20.
number 7 so far in this one. And a first down.
An interesting decision there by the play caller to put this ball in the air. Mike, you're up by 2 scores. Traditional wisdom says, hey, we're up by 2 scores late in the fourth quarter. We've got to keep this clock moving. You don't want to risk an incompletion. Now, they convert. They're able to secure the catch and pick up a fresh set of downs. That's going to enable them to continue to burn more clock. And without a stop, their opponent's not going to get the ball back.
From the 42-yard line, here's 2nd and 8. They'll run it here with Campbell. And they'll have it across midfield down at the opposing 46-yard line. Falcons go ahead and take their 2nd timeout. They'll be disappointed there after giving up the first down. A carry now for Chandler. Not much happening there, just a short gain. Now the Falcons will use their 3rd and final timeout, and they'll get together prior to the 2nd down play. From the shotgun, it's a throw for McCarthy, who outs another catch for his favorite target. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
What's the old saying, Mike? If it ain't broke, don't fix it. And at this point, there's just really no reason to not just continue to target him. He's been running free all game long, and you can see the numbers. They bear that out. It's evident right from the start that they were going to look his way early and often, and I think it turned out to be a pretty good game plan.
Give them 17 more, and they are on a roll. Another first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 15-yard line.
They'll stay on the ground.
Ty Chandler, the ball carrier. He was brought down by Caden Ellis.
Great job by that linebacker timing his blitz. He didn't give any indication to the offense that he was coming. And he's able to get through that hole and take the ball carrier down for a loss.
They'll drop to throw. Oh, that may be the break they needed. That one's intercepted. Picked off by Caden Ellis. And the Falcons are going to take possession.
Every defensive coordinator, Mike, in the NFL preaches one thing about red zone defense. Keep them out of the end zone. Make them settle for 3. Well, what do? With that interception, they take it to another level, and they get off the field without allowing a single point.
And the lefty Penix on first down.
The drag route is such a good way to get the ball early into the hands of your tight end and take some pressure off the quarterback and give him an easy completion. The size and the athleticism allows them to try to pick up more yards, but do it after the catch.
That one down the field, but it is incomplete.
A great pass rush is like a closer in baseball. When you bring them into the game, it's all but over. That's exactly the case here. It doesn't result necessarily in a sack, but it was the hit that altered the throw just enough to end that play before it started.
He's going to have the first down, so they convert on third down with a pickup of 9. A hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up second down. To throw again, it's Penix. That's caught right side. It's London. And a good job rallying to the football. Holding just a gain of a yard and sets up third down.
It's a gain of 2 yards. And it's third.
Again, it's Penix. Oh, a loose football. And fortunately, their center able to rein it in, and they'll retain possession. We are set for 4th and long. Fourth down, and here's Penix. Open man is Lazard. He's got it. And he's going to have a Falcons first down. They convert in style there. Big play on 4th and long.
At the 49-yard line.
Another try, 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Penix. Taking a shot for Smith-Schuster. And that ball out of reach toward the sideline. It'll be an incomplete.
Brings up a third down and 10 yards to go.
On third down, Penix. That is incomplete. So the task gets more difficult. Time for maybe 2 plays. That's it. Here we go. This is 4th down. Penix going to throw again. He'll take a shot here for the end zone. And that is incomplete. They had their chance. They took it there. Look, they're trailing late. Got to let it fly. This will wind up a turnover on down. Here we go. One final play. Gonna look deep, looking for more. And the final throw of the game winds up incomplete, and that will do it. This one comes to an end. So a win here for the Vikings. They get the job done here at home, and they follow the opening weekend victory with another here to move to 2-0 on the season. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Vikings, as we say so long from Minneapolis.
This is the Abilities tab. Here you can see what abilities a player has. This player has a zone ability. This is a powerful ability that can be activated. These players are on the last year of their contract. Re-sign them to keep them around next season and beyond. You can view the player's overall interest in your team here.